flourish. Okay, so we're going to run it through there, and it has that nice, see how it's nice and bumpy? I'm going to try a different, pardon?
Hold it up so
we can see it. Here, let
there
me,
we go.
you can see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Tilt. Yep.
So you can see a little bit,
Nice.
maybe the other side's anyway. So it's got a good texture on it, and the one I made I did, and I'll show you in a moment, I did in the green. Let's try the mango and see. I am just going to run this across the top, and I'm thinking I want to use a lighter color rather than a darker color. I'm not sure, but just, I didn't try it with a darker color, I just tried it with this lighter color. The one thing we don't want to do is I don't want to go back and touch it, because then I'm going to smudge it, and it's not really going to hold its, it will hold the color, but it'll look a little smudged. I'll show you where I did that on my card. Isn't that cool? So easy, and yet so pretty. So here's the card I made with that. I did use the green, and right here you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see or not, but that's where I touched it. Can you grab that eraser for me? But it's like, the background is beautiful enough, I don't really need anything else, so I just put the thanks with the black matte dots. One thing you can do is you can go in and erase. If that was really bothering me, I could go in and erase some of the places where the pastels got that I did not want them to get to. But isn't that pretty? Really fun, easy and very fun technique. I did try it on white just to see what that would look like, and I did it with the Coastal Cabana. Isn't that pretty? I think that's a really fun background, or really fun. I think it looks really fun. So I didn't make a card out of that, but isn't that pretty? Very fun. It'd be fun to try with other 3D embossing folders. You can just tap off the excess there. Right here where you see that little, that's because I tried to color in, tried something else, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I stopped. All right, another thing we could do is we could take our Versamark ink, and I just inked it up. Okay, so you got to make sure you ink it, make sure it's got ink on it. Versamark stamps clear. If you stamp on a color, it stamps, here I just happen to have a piece of real red here. It looks like a watermark. Okay, so if I were to stamp it here, it just shows up a little bit darker. That's all, that's what a Versamark does. So I'm going to stamp it just on the edge here, and I'm going to show you how to color. I'm going to take a scrap of paper, and let's try using the Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to rub it a little bit to get some powder, and some Coastal Cabana. Those are pretty colors, aren't they? And then maybe let's try the Daffodil and see how that works. Okay, and I'm going to pick these up with a Q-tip. So you can use a Q-tip, you can use, I tried it with the blending brush, and that worked okay. I think the Q-tip probably, because it's smaller, worked maybe the best. I'm not sure, but I liked using the Q-tip. I got nice good color here. It's easy to flip to another side. Let's do the yellow next for the hello. And then I'm going to flip that over and use this side for the Coastal Cabana. So that is another way. Tap that off, go back to my yellow, see if I can get that a little darker. So the Versamark is no longer sticky because I have just covered it with chalk. And let's go to the green one more time, see if I can get that a little bit darker. There we go. And then you can just take any brush that you have, just like brush it off is fine. But isn't that cute? It's kind of a different look by using the pastels there. All right, I am going to also stamp, actually I'm going to show you how to color with the blender pen. So I can use the Versamark. Actually, I wanted to try one more thing with the Versamark with a, let's use my favorite little goldfish from Party Puffins.
A fish, always
Always
the
the fish. I love the fish. So let's just try our little party puffin fish, and I'm going to use the poppy because that's probably closest to like an orangey color. And this time I'm going to actually pick it up with my blender pen, the other side. So I'm going to pick it up with my blender pen, pick up some of the ink and color. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Actually, I'm going to just go over it. I forgot. We can just, okay, smudge,
Oh.
made a mistake. What I wanted to do, I'm just
Hey,
gonna,
Aaron.
good morning, or good afternoon.
Good
What I
evening.
wanted to do, good evening, is stamp my fish in Stays On. That's where I was going, and I just made a mistake, so. Let's stamp my little fish in Stays On. Now I'm ready. You have to use Stays On because you don't
Stays
want
On.
it to smudge. So I'm gonna pick up that orange. I can color in my little fish.
Move it up just a little bit. You're behind our
Up.
banner.
There we go. Okay, I can color in my fish. I could also pick it up right off the chalk or the pastels. I could pick it right off there to color. And then I just clean that off. Let's make the ribbon a different color. How about we'll go with the green because it's right here, and just color in that ribbon green. So you can color with it a little bit. What's really pretty is if you take a flower. So if you cut out a flower from Meadow Dyes, the Meadow Dyes, and actually use the flower to color, use the blender pen to color the flower. Where's my flower? It's here somewhere. It's really, really pretty. I did, oh, here it is on the floor. Well, that's what happened. Okay, it's right here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stick with this I'm going to color directly on to the paper. I'm not going to use any other implement other than to use the chalks and go right on here. So I'm going to,
Thank you for covering your ink pads. They were making me nervous.
oh, you're welcome. I'm just going to color I think I'll use this flat end, color a little bit my yellow flower, and I might blend it a little bit more. Ooh, that was green. Okay, well, maybe it's a greenish yellow flower. But see how it kind of blends in there? Should have cleaned it off first. I'm just going to flip it over. So you can just color a little bit with the pastels, make sure it's clean, get that green off, and then you can just kind of color it in. What are you laughing at?
Sandy agrees with me. They were making her nervous too.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Dave. Always got my back there. I'm going to add a little more color to this, whoops, without ripping it off, and just blend it in. Kind of works well on smaller pieces, so I'm going to color this little flower. What color should we go? I'm going to go with the
Poppy.
blue. Oh, poppy, Dave said. Okay. And I'm going to pick it right off there and just color this. Okay. There we go. And maybe we'll just add a little bit of poppy here. And then I want to clean that off. Clean, clean, clean. And go to the green and get a little bit of green on here. Let's pick this up and just color in. I'm just going to color in some of the green. It just gives it a little bit of a watercolory look. So either picking it up with the blender pen or putting some on and then blending, either works quite well. I'm going to show you a very pretty card I made using this technique. Here it is right here. Look how pretty this is. Doesn't that look nice? And I just colored the blue and then obviously the green and then went with, even though the color here on the package it says it's Night of Navy, I actually liked it with the Misty Moonlight. So isn't that nice? I think that's really pretty. You could even, probably could even put Winka Stella. Let's go try it. Dave's laughing. We could probably even add some Winka Stella here to the blue. I don't know if it's coming out so much. Not so much. Maybe it's empty. Maybe I need a new one. Well, good thing I'm ordering tonight because then I can order a new one. Yep, it's empty. All right. So, isn't that pretty though? All right, I have, let's see. I showed you that. Okay. So again, with coloring, I was thinking like painted poppies would be a really pretty one to color because it just has a little bit, like just the little bit of poppies would be very pretty to color. So let's go back to this. I'm going to stamp in Stays On again, right here. Get it nice and black. Well, black enough. Probably need to re-ink that too. And then I'm just going to use the
Move it up just a bit.
Move it up, sorry. I'm just going to use the poppy again. Make sure that's clean. Just got poppies, yes. Use the poppies and just kind of color in some of the poppies. The other thing is you could use your, go back and grab your Q-tip or use your finger. You could do that. I also did try using our blending brushes. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to use that on the poppy. Let's see. Not so much. A little bit harder. It doesn't quite pick up the, so let's try it over here. Yeah, let's try it over here. Oh yeah. And then I'm just going to kind of, I think I'm just going to color in like the whole thing. Just sort of color. Let's scribble some more over here and get it, some of that, those pieces. So it's either Versamark or Stays On is what you're going to use here. I mean, that's pretty. I think that's pretty. It's soft. It's just, again, it's a little bit different look. I'm just going to go back in. I'm curious what would happen if I just color some of the poppies now that I've got most of that, like the background. I feel like my brush is really dry. So there we go. And what if I color directly on it? How would that work?
Sandy, that's very fun, but make sure you stay to the end of the broadcast because we've got something special coming up.
What did she say is what's very fun?
As soon as the video's over, I'm going over to Kathy's. She got her order and bought the pastels.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. All right, so I smudged some on just to get a little bit more color on there. You can see that. I'm going to go back here. I want to go over to Kathy's. So, it's pretty. I mean, it's a different look, right? It's not as, it's going to be pastel-y. It's going to be a little bit chalky. So, I have shown you how to color with the chalk and make a smudge here and then pick it up with the blender pen. I showed you how to color directly on here. This is again a blender pen or
Q-tips.
Yep, pardon, Q-tips.
Q-tips.
I know I was looking for some other ones. I wrote a whole bunch over, but that's okay. And then I was looking at putting the pastel over the whole thing when it has a texture. I thought that looked really pretty. So a couple of different ways. I'm sure there are many, many more, but those are a few ways we can. I'm going back with the green. I want a little bit of green on the bottom, greenage.
What about your friend over here?
What about my friend over here? And this one,
No,
the puffin?
I thought that's what you wanted me to bring over.
Yes, but not for this.
Gotcha. Sorry,
All right.
getting ahead of myself.
All right, so anyway, those are some ways. Remember, you can always erase if you want to get rid of some of the chalk. You can see right there, if I wanted to erase something, I went outside the lines, I didn't like it as much. You can definitely erase and make it a little bit lighter. And then don't forget the hello. Like you can just use the chalk directly on that. All right, so that is how we use the chalk. And here's the deal, the pastels. Here's the deal, when you order in the month of July, when you order $50 or more, I'm going to give you this for free. And I will send you some samples, a PDF with some samples of how to use them and how to make, what cards to make some cards, like pictures of these. So $50, $50, $50 or more in the month of July, and I will get these soft pastels for you because they're just fun. They're fun to play with. I'm just at the tip of the iceberg. I think it'll be even more fun to play with. So make sure you do that.
In time for the fine print. So place your $50 order at thestamperstudio.com, click the order button, and then we will send you those pastels kind of that first week in August.
Right.
So probably you'll get them somewhere around the 10th in that area. But
Sounds
place
good.
your order during July at thestamperstudio.com and we will get those to you.
Sounds awesome. All right, don't forget Sandy and Kathy, don't forget to sign up for, look, I've already been preparing them, sign up for our quick stamp. This is kind of a new thing. I just learned this the other day. I was like, how brilliant is that? So these are on my make and takes, everything I need for these cards. So I'm already getting it ready. Remember, these are our cards for quick stamp as well as this one. So you need to register at register.thestamperstudio.
No.
You need to register at thestamperstudio.com. Yes?
Just remember, stamperstudio.com. One place to go for everything you need.
Yep.
Register, order, sign up for Paper Pumpkin, find our live videos, everything you could possibly want, And just a little sneak peek, on Friday, on
A little bit louder.
tomorrow, you will see something special if you go to thestamperstudio.com.
The Stamper Studio. All right, here's one more thing you can register for. This is our kit class. And how fun are these cards? I'll send you these two. Oops, there's our butterfly. I'll send you these two, but these all come in the kit. So you make 3 of each, plus I'll send you these. Look at these gems. Aren't those so fun? All right, friends, that's what I have for you tonight. I hope that you enjoy that. Make sure you make a comment. Oh, yes. Barb, I did check this morning. It wasn't there. I will check again. Trust me, I'm checking twice a day. As soon as it comes up, I will absolutely send it to you or let you know. All right, so there we have it. Pastels, classes, thestamperstudio.com. Lots of fun things coming up. Order $50 in July, and you will get this for free. Don't forget, maybe you don't know this, there's one other special thing. Starting tomorrow, you can see those?
Make it bigger.
Yeah, starting tomorrow is a designer series paper sale. Yes, for 1 month, about a month from July 1 to August 2nd, 15% off. Remember, select papers. It's not all papers, but Beauty of the Earth, Bloom Where You're Planted, hand penned, the pansies, the animals in the wild, the peaches. Oh my goodness, in good taste. Like, these are knocked out of the park. These are awesome. And even if you already have it, I would stock up. I'm going to. So 15% off, and that's a great way to get to your $50 so you can get the free pastels. All right, friends, you have a great evening. Let's see, today's Wednesday. So Saturday we'll be coming to you live from a different location. And we'll talk to you then. All right, happy stamping.